Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. It's Saturday. It's grey, dull, miserable where I am, to be honest. Just about holding off the rain. The clouds are, I think, or well, it's just about holding off. Let's just say that. Anyway, we have got another beer for you now. Me and the wife sitting home, pretty much doing nothing today, just chilling. I did say, "Oh, do you mind if we go down to Stonehouse Brewery?" which is just down the road from me. It's one of our local breweries. I wanted to see if they had this one beer in there that I'm certain they had on bottle. When we got down there, it turns out that one, they never had it in a bottle, but two, they had some new beers there. So we are looking at one of them. They had two new beers in bottles. This is one of them. There is another one that I'll do another time. And they had two new beers on cask. Now I did try one of them today. We stopped there and just had a cheeky one. And then tomorrow we're going to go down there. We're going to put dinner on. My good lady is going to drive, and I'll just try a pint of this other one. But yeah, we are looking at one of their new ones now that's in a bottle. So like I say, it's from Stonehouse Brewery, and this is a bottle of their Full Circle. I don't know if you can see that very well. Full Circle. It's a hazy, fruity pale ale coming in at 5.2%. Nice label, like an octopus thing on there. 500ml bottle. Not sure how much it was exactly. I'm going to guess around the £2.50 to £3 mark. Probably £2.50 because I spent £19 sake. My missus had a cheeky prosecco. That wasn't cheap. It's one of them small bottles. We know how much they are. I'm not even going to say how much it was, but I think 3 bottles and a pint for me worked out about a tenner. But anyway, yes, we are taking a look at that. So there we go. About £2.50, £3, packed with YQH1320, a new experimental from Yakima Valley hops, clean and bright with tropical, citrus and stone fruit flavours. So yeah, there we go. So let's get it cracked open. I've got the Stonehouse Sidelines glass. They don't really call it Sidelines now. I think they are looking at doing a lot more sort of traditional beers with a craft twist. Now, whether this is going to be one of them, I don't know. And incidentally, literally before I'd got in the place, Shane, who runs it, owns the place, did come out to me and said, "Yeah, take this one home to review." But I still went in there and I bought another one of these, and I bought another 2 of the one other new beer that's out, and I had a pint and the missus had a drink. So as much as he's given me this beer, you could say he'd had his money back. Let's crack on. 3 minutes in, I've waffled on too long. Plain black bottle cap, by the way. Don't know how long this one has been out, but hopefully it's going to be decent. They're pretty solid, their stuff is, to be fair. Pretty solid. I'll give it a swirl at the end. I'm thinking it must be pretty new because I've not seen them advertise it. But beer in a glass, look at that. Hazy Pale Ale, 5.2%. That looks fantastic. Really does look good. It's got that, you know, bright orange, almost green look about it, as some people like to say. I'm not seeing much carbonation go up, can't see nothing. We got a nice compact finger of white head. Looks decent. Give her a swirly whirly. And dive in with the nose. Interesting. I was expecting it to be really punchy. But it's not. The aromas are there, but it's a lot more sort of subtle. And it's nice, I like it. Hoppy, tropical stone fruits. A malty backbone to it. You're really getting the malts in it, which is quite surprising for something like this. It's not sort of, with so much of everything else going on, you don't always sort of pick up a maltiness, but for me, I'm getting that. It smells really good. It really does smell good. Let's just hope it lives up to that aroma in taste. There's a few big clusters dropping in there. So I'm expecting a few lumps to float to the bottom any minute now. It looked like there was a few lumps. Yeah, there's a couple of lumps at the bottom. Don't know if you can see that. Just about there. Bit of yeasty stuff. Anyway, let's dive in. Stonehouse Brewery, Full Circle, Hazy, Fruity Pale Ale, 5.2%. Cheers everyone. Cheers Shane. Ooh. That is different. That is different. Go in again. It's an interesting different. Do I like it? I don't dislike it. It's different. It's different. This beer must be the most half and half beer of traditional and craft I have ever had. You look at it, it screams craft. You taste it, you get that craft edge. But you really do get a massive sort of traditional feeling there for me, which I'll come round to in a bit. So let's get on with doing all my other stuff. Look at that. Body's lovely. It's got a beautiful body. Suits the beer down to a T. It's got a lovely weight to it. It's smooth, creamy, low in bubbles, but they are there. It's got the carbonation of a real ale. It's got a smoothness and a creaminess of a good quality real ale. And this is what I mean about it being slightly different. It sort of knocks you back a bit. Because you look at it, there's no way you'd say that was a real ale. But like I say, it's got the carbonation of a real ale. It's got the smoothness and the creaminess of a good quality real ale. That mouthfeel is absolutely gorgeous. That really is gorgeous. It's pillowy soft around the mouth. On the taste, now I'm halfway down now, so my palate is adjusting. You met with that malty, creamy smoothness. Not necessarily malty in taste. What you get in taste is the hops. You get a hoppiness. You get a gentle bitterness. You get gentle stone fruits. The more you drink it, that is getting stronger, but still very subtle. Back end now, you're left with that bready, malty finish that you would get from, say, almost a traditional ale. I've just burped then. But what I've burped is craft. It's stone fruit, it's tropical notes, it's almost a little bit of the old grapefruit. It's the new world hops, if you like. Do you know what? It's an absolute banger. It really is. It's one of them that is going to pickle you a little bit first because it has so much feel of an old school beer, traditional, but with a massive influence of craft. 5.2%. The only inkling would be that little bit of fruity bitterness that you're getting through the hops. Otherwise, it's unreal. It is so smooth. It is drinking like a proper decent ale. It really is. It's got that smoothness of a really good quality ale. And you kind of get that bready maltiness there in the... I'm really surprised by it. It's a little bit of a head pickler. Now, for me, I've said before, yeah, it's sort of like traditional with a craft edge and that. And then sometimes you get one that really craft with a little traditional edge. Now, craft, a lot of people who drink craft don't necessarily want traditional. A lot of traditional sort of beer drinkers don't want craft. I think Stonehouse have almost hit the nail bang on the head with the balance of this beer. This is the sort of beer that has the right mix of traditional and craft that doesn't overpower you with either. And yet they've got it to work really well for me. It's an interesting one. Some people might say, oh no, you know, it's a little bit of a wishy-washy craft side, but some people might say, oh, it's a little bit too traditional. But for me, I don't think they could get the balance any better. And I think this is going to, not just going to appeal to the craft people, but it's going to appeal to traditional drinkers. So for me, yeah, Stonehouse Brewery, their Full Circle Hazy Fruity Pale Ale, 5.2%. I really like it. And I like it not only because I enjoy it, but I like it because this is different. This is that little bit different from anything I've had, I think. So for me, their Full Circle gets a big thumbs up. If you're around Oswestry, around sort of like North Wales, you can get to Stonehouse, give that a go. Give it a go for definite. It's a great beer. If there's anyone out there that's watching this that has had this, feel free to comment, let me know what you think. I'd highly recommend picking it up. A great price as well, £2.50, £3, something like that for a big bottle. Brilliant value. That's it for this beer review. Well done Stonehouse, well done Shane. That's a cracker. If you enjoy it, give it one of them. Feel free to like, share and subscribe to the channel. All that stuff like I normally say. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the beer no idea. Cheers.